History remembers the famous few. But what about the forgotten minds? The ones who toiled in obscurity, their brilliance unseen. Their ideas, like whispers across time, still shape our world. Let's journey back. Let's uncover the stories of three such philosophers, Zera Yacob, Gongsun Long, and Hipparchia of Maroneia. Their lives, though separated by continents and centuries, echo with a universal truth. Wisdom can bloom anywhere. Their struggles and triumphs remind us, the search for truth is a timeless human endeavor. Join me as we explore their worlds, their ideas, and their enduring impact on us. Born in 1599 in the Ethiopian Empire, Zera Yacob emerged during a time of significant cultural and religious upheaval. The Ethiopian Empire, with its rich history and diverse influences, was a melting pot of ideas and traditions. This environment played a crucial role in shaping Yacob's intellectual journey. Zera Yacob's life was a testament to independent thought. From a young age he exhibited a profound curiosity and a relentless drive to seek the truth. His quest for knowledge often set him apart from his peers, marking him as a thinker ahead of his time. Ethiopia, a Christian kingdom surrounded by Islamic states, was a land of intellectual ferment. The constant interaction between different religious and philosophical traditions created a unique environment where ideas could be exchanged and debated. This dynamic setting provided fertile ground for Yacob's philosophical inquiries. Yacob, a young man of insatiable curiosity, found himself questioning established doctrines. He retreated into solitude, seeking a space where he could think freely and deeply. This period of isolation was not just a physical retreat, but a profound journey into the depths of his own mind. He spent 2 years in a cave, his only companions the scriptures and his own thoughts. During this time, he engaged in intense reflection and meditation, scrutinizing the beliefs he had been taught and exploring new philosophical ideas. This solitude allowed him to develop a unique perspective, free from external influences. It was there, amidst the silence and solitude, that he crafted his own unique philosophy. His thoughts began to coalesce into a coherent system of beliefs that emphasized reason, personal experience, and a deep sense of spirituality. This philosophy would later become the foundation of his seminal work, the Hipparchia. He called for reason as the ultimate guide. He rejected blind faith, arguing that true understanding could only be achieved through rational inquiry and personal reflection. This was a radical departure from the prevailing religious dogmas of his time, which often demanded unquestioning obedience. He advocated for religious tolerance and the inherent dignity of every human being. Yacob believed that all individuals, regardless of their faith, deserved respect and understanding. His call for tolerance was a visionary stance in a world often divided by religious conflict. Yacob's ideas, recorded in his book Hipparchia, were revolutionary. The Hipparchia, which means inquiry in Ge'ez, was a groundbreaking work that challenged the established norms of both Christianity and Islam. It presented a vision of a more personal and rational understanding of God, one that was accessible to all who sought the truth. He challenged the dogma of both Christianity and Islam, advocating for a more personal and rational understanding of God. His critiques were not meant to undermine faith but to encourage a deeper, more thoughtful engagement with one's beliefs. Yacob's approach was both respectful and revolutionary, seeking to elevate the discourse around religion and philosophy. He believed in one God, but rejected the divinity of Christ. This was a bold stance that set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Yacob's monotheism was rooted in a profound sense of spirituality and a commitment to understanding the divine through reason and personal experience. He championed reason and individual conscience as the ultimate arbiters of truth. For Yacob, the path to enlightenment lay in the courage to question, the wisdom to seek, and the humility to learn. His legacy is a testament to the power of independent thought and the enduring quest for truth. Across the globe in ancient China, another mind grappled with complex questions. This was a time when intellectual pursuits were highly valued, and scholars often engaged in deep philosophical debates. Gongsun Long, a philosopher of the School of Names, lived during the Warring States period, a time of chaos and intellectual upheaval. The Warring States period, spanning from 475 to 221 BCE, was marked by constant warfare among rival states, but it was also a golden age for Chinese philosophy. While his contemporaries focused on social and political reforms, Gongsun Long was captivated by the power of logic and language. He delved into the intricacies of how words and concepts shape our understanding of the world. He is best known for his intriguing paradoxes, particularly the White Horse Dialogue. This dialogue is a fascinating exploration of semantics and the philosophy of language. This dialogue, presented as a debate, explores the relationship between language, categories, and reality. It challenges the reader to think about how we classify and understand the world around us. Is a white horse a horse and a white thing, or is it something distinct? This question may seem simple, but it opens up a complex discussion about the nature of identity and classification. Gongsun Long used such puzzles to demonstrate the limitations of language and the complexities of defining things. His work encourages us to question the assumptions we make about the world. He argued that our perception of reality is shaped by the categories we use. These categories, in turn, are influenced by the language we speak and the concepts we hold. His work laid the groundwork for later developments in logic, linguistics, and even computer science. By challenging the way we think about language and reality, Gongsun Long's ideas continue to resonate in modern philosophical and scientific discussions. In ancient Greece, a society deeply stratified by gender, where women were often confined to the domestic sphere and expected to adhere to strict societal norms, Hipparchia of Maroneia dared to be different. She stood out in a world that sought to silence voices like hers. Born into a wealthy family, she had access to all the luxuries and comforts of her time, yet she rejected a life of domesticity and the traditional roles assigned to women. Instead, she chose philosophy, drawn to the teachings of the Cynic school. This was a bold move, as philosophy was predominantly a male domain. The Cynics, known for their radical rejection of societal norms and material possessions, offered a way of life that resonated deeply with Hipparchia's rebellious spirit. She found in their teachings a philosophy that challenged the status quo and questioned the very foundations of society. Embracing their simple life, she lived with minimal possessions, finding contentment in intellectual and spiritual pursuits rather than material wealth. She dressed in men's clothing, a symbolic act of defiance against gender norms and a statement of her belief in equality. She engaged in public debates, challenging the intellectual elite, often men twice her age, with her sharp wit and profound insights. Her presence in these debates was not just a challenge to the ideas being discussed, but also to the very notion of who had the right to participate in such intellectual exchanges. Her sharp wit and unorthodox views made her a controversial figure. She was both admired and criticized, but she remained steadfast in her beliefs. Hipparchia's life was a testament to her belief in the equality of all people, regardless of gender or social standing. She saw beyond the superficial divisions that society imposed. She advocated for a world where everyone had the same opportunities to pursue knowledge and live a life of virtue. She championed a life free from material possessions and societal constraints, believing that true happiness and fulfillment came from within, guided by virtue and reason. In a world obsessed with wealth and status, she reminded people of the importance of inner wealth and intellectual freedom. Her bold defiance of societal expectations continues to inspire those who challenge the status quo, reminding us that true progress often comes from those who dare to think differently.